Tony's Topics. What's happening, folks? Welcome to Tony's Topics. What do I want to get into? A response to a YouTube video I put out about the Golden State Warriors. Okay, let's get into it. Gotta roll up the sleeves for this one. Alrighty then. So I basically said some things about the Golden State Warriors that rather upset some people. I think some folks were actually touched by it. So let me reiterate and get it quite clear about the Dubs. Number one, your two biggest options, your two biggest threats are Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. If you haven't been paying attention to that, maybe you're not watching the basketball teams play. Obviously, honestly, some teams get Rajon Rondo. Great. Some teams get a Derrick Rose. You can get them like 24 points. Great. You guys get Steph Curry, who is both of those put into one. He is always at the top of the assist ladder, and he's always like within the top 10 of the best scorers in the league. So, honestly, he's a monster. Not to mention he hasn't even been in the league for 5 years. So, yeah, alright, that's one weapon. Number two, Klay Thompson has improved tremendously. Last year, what was he averaging? Like 17 points a game, 16 points a game? Now he's averaging over 20? Yeah, that's significant improvement. So don't kid yourself. The number one reason why the Golden State Warriors are doing so well is because of Steph Thompson and because of Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. If you take Steph Curry off your team, I could get real hard with it, but you probably if you took Steph Curry off your team. Let's just not imagine such sad things. So either way it goes. Yeah, your team's going good. That's nice. Let me see what else. I'm kind of surprised that your coach doesn't want to run Mari Speights, or however you pronounce this dude's name, Speights, Speaks, whatever. Because, honestly, how many 20-plus games, 20-point games does this guy have to have before he starts getting starter minutes? Oh, but that's right. Your coach doesn't like to run two bigs at the same time. And then he doesn't want to run Speights and Bogut. I don't know about that decision. We'll see how that works out for you when you got to go play the Spurs, or when you got to get down with Portland, or when you got to get down with the Grizzlies. Two big men work. That way if one big man doesn't get the rebound, typically the other big man will get it. If one big man's guarding one side of the buckets or one side of the basket, then the other man can guard the other side. But currently it seems you guys like to run two guards, two small forwards, and then one big man. We'll see how that works out for you. So, and then finally, my last comment that I guess started the insurrection. You haven't played anybody. Well, let's just be real about it. You've beaten some teams, but until you beat the best, that's all that really counts. You know it, and I know it, and maybe that's why you're mad about it. So, and the season's still young. Honestly, you can't even put the East Coast into effect right now, because the Cleveland Cavaliers are a brand new team. On one hand, LeBron has asked for Kevin Love to come to his team, but once he gets there, at the beginning, he was like, hey, I'm not even passing it to him. He's trying to pass to his boy or whatever, Anderson Varejao, but Anderson Varejao is a 10-8 center. Just deal with it, man. He's trying to set him up maybe to get a nice contract for next year, but the bottom line is the Cavaliers' money is maxed out, and you got Kevin Love. So with Kevin Love's accuracy, LeBron better pass to Kevin Love. Either way it goes. So that team's figuring out how they even want to play in the first place. Kyrie Irving's realizing, hey, I don't have to be the point guard, because between LeBron and Dion Waiters, they actually do have two great point guard candidates. Same thing with the Bulls. With Derrick Rose finally being back and with Pau Gasol on the team now, it's a completely different team. And those guys are figuring it out. So honestly, these two teams really need a little bit more. They need a few more games to mesh and come together on the way this thing's supposed to work out. Who they can go to, who they like, they can dish with, who they work with. Alrighty then. The Clippers, I don't know what Doc's doing. There's no excuse for that stuff. He just got picked up last year. Maybe he's still figuring it out. But I'm not even going to go off on the Clippers and playing Blake Griffin at small forward like he should. okay? Because, I mean, the dude, Spencer Hawes is way too good to be coming off the bench, but whatever. It's at the very least, Spencer Hawes should be getting 24 minutes, but whatever, I divulge, I'm getting off the topic, so let's get back to the topic. Golden State. Skipping out the East Coast right now because it's right now under construction. Rockets with Dwight Howard, Spurs, the new Grizzlies. Shoot, even the Dallas Mavericks. The Clippers. The Clippers, even though they're struggling, play the Clippers. Dallas Mavericks. Who else? My good old Portland. And you know what? I never said Portland was a tier 1 team. They're not. They're missing their third guy that can average 20 points per game. But make no doubt, if Portland ever does get a third guy that averages 20 points per game, that can get them 20 points per game, it might be over. Okay? And Stotts, man. Stotts, what are you doing with this Nicholas Batum thing since we're on the subject? Thomas Robinson is there. Nicholas Batum, I mean, how many 6-point games do you have to have where you're giving this guy 36 minutes and 6 points? That's my time. Tony's Topics.